Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Walk with Regis. Today is January 8th. I didn't record a Saturday episode because I went to work. Today's weather, the highs will be the low 30s and the lows will be the mid 20s. There will be a 0% chance of any kind of precipitation tonight. And I have to make a quick announcement before I get to the news. I have decided to rehome this dog. It is not a decision to be made lightly, but one of my cats had kittens a couple of months ago, and the kittens are about 2 months old now. And all they want to do is lay next to him and cuddle him and, love him. And for 3 times now, he has grabbed these kittens and violently shake them, growling and snarling and attacking them. No matter what I do to train him not to do this, he still continues to do this. Last night was the most recent time where he grabbed one of the kittens by her midsection and he shook her violently, growling and snarling while doing so. I had to separate them. And I'm just sick and tired of him attacking the kittens. Plus, he steals food. He whines all the time. And if another animal goes near his food, he gets violent and aggressive. But yet he goes over to them while they're eating, and he's more than happy to steal their food and doesn't expect them to get violent and aggressive with him. So I know a guy who might want him, and if not, I'm just going to drop him off at the shelter I adopted him from. I've had him for 3 years, but I can't anymore. I don't know if it's his old age getting worse. I really don't want to, because the only other solutions I can think of to other than rehoming him is keeping a muzzle on him inside the house at all times so he doesn't attack the kittens until they're adopted out, or keeping him locked up in his kennel, which neither of those 2 options are fair because it doesn't seem like no amount of training is helping or working. So unless you guys have some comments in the comment sections below, please tell me. I think rehoming is the best option. The guy that he might be going to live with lives close, only several doors down from us, and him and Regis are infatuated with each other. He loves this guy. He keeps trying to hop into his car whenever he sees him in his car. He keeps trying to go into his house whenever he sees him in his house. Regis pretty much already acts like this guy owns him. So I figured that this is the best option. So this might be the last episode of Walk with Regis in existence, because I can't anymore. I'm going to give this guy all his food and possessions with him. I used to love this dog, but the older he gets, the worse his behavior gets, and no matter what type of training I use, he's just getting worse. So, I don't know. Give me suggestions. But someone's going to go talk to the guy today to see if he really wants this dog. If he really wants this dog, the deal is done today. And I guess that's one big news. Yeah, we could consider that the first news segment. I mean, technically that's news. He's pooping hair. I'll take a second for him to pass that hair. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was holding the poop up to the camera. I know you guys don't want to see that. Alright, he's done. He must have been licking the floor where some hair was. Let's see what other kind of news stories we have today for our possibly last ever episode. Prayers going out to the family who lost 5 children in a house fire on Dartmouth Avenue. Grandma was injured, and I think a newborn survived. Not clear how the fire started, but five children did just lose their lives in a fire on Dartmouth Avenue in a house. 4 people are being assisted by the Red Cross after an attic fire on Crowley Avenue. The fire started in the attic. According to Buffalo Police Department, it started around 6:50 a.m. They say the estimated damage is $75,000. They're investigating and assisting 4 adults. Come on, Regis. Where'd you go? Regis, come on. Over here. Regis, come. Now I don't want you to do it all, but thanks. Come on. Alright, so let's see. "18-year-old shot on Northland Avenue. The incident happened early Saturday morning. Officers were called to the 100 block on Northland Avenue just before 1 a.m. According to the police, an 18-year-old woman was shot during a party. She is taken to ECMC and described as stable. Alright, let's see. What else? I'm not going to read the article. I'll read the title so you can look it up yourself later. 50,000-year-old tools thought to have been made by the first Americans were actually crafted by monkeys to break open nuts, a study found. An ambulance called to 800 people suffering from hypothermia. That's BBC. That's probably somewhere in the UK. Somewhere not here. Oh, and I'm sure everybody's talking about this. Damar Hamlin, the Bills player who collapsed on field. Yeah, that's just an article updating that he's awake. He asked if we won the game. He's with his family now, and he seems to be doing okay. I heard he had to be resuscitated more than twice, or more than once. He actually had to be resuscitated twice. But that first responders fought like hell to keep him alive. though he did technically officially die on the field. Alright, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be looking for another article, but yeah, here I am thinking about having to give him up and watching him. Because this might be one of the last times I take him for a walk. I mean, it's upsetting that he's been doing this. I can't... And the kittens were born in that house. I don't understand why he's suddenly showing this violence and aggression towards them, because he helped take care of them a little. He helped potty them when they were younger, when they were only a few weeks old. Of course, supervised. But now suddenly he's just grabbing them just because they want to lay up next to him and cuddle. He's grabbing them and shaking them. I mean, so far he hasn't broken any bones, and he hasn't pierced skin. He hasn't made them bleed or nothing. So it's a controlled bite. It's a controlled shake. But he shouldn't be doing it at all. I really want to let him live out the rest of his days in the house. But I have these kittens until January 6th. Or February 6th. Let me think on it some more. I really think rehoming him to this guy that he loves so much is the best option. I don't know what kind of life he'll have with this guy. Here he gets walked and fed 3 times a day, as well as snuggled up on the couch. I don't know what kind of schedule Kevin has. I know that this guy Kevin has no other pets, so Regis would be the only pet. And I know Kevin really loves Regis, and Regis really loves him. So hi, Catty Bree. Meow. Hi, Catty Bree. Meow. There's my girl. Regis. Over here. Regis, over here. Come on. What are you doing? Over here. Alright, let's see. Police department looking for missing vulnerable woman. Anyone with information about the location of Madison Van Etten is asked to call 911 immediately. Madison Van Etten, 23, is 5 foot 4 inches tall and was last seen wearing a green camo hoodie and black pants with love written on the side. Police say she left home without wearing a coat or shoes and was last seen in the area of Niagara Street and Massachusetts Avenue in the city of Buffalo. Anybody with information, please call 911 immediately. African man isn't the oldest person in the world at 146. Photos show a man in Africa who is the oldest person in the world and just celebrated his 146th birthday. False. The person in the photos on social media posts is not a man named Mzee John Kiplagat from Kenya, as the post claims. The images date 2016 and depict Saparman Sojmejo, an Indonesian man who died at the purported age of 146, according to the photographer who snapped the images. But his true age was never independently verified, and a spokesperson... Hi, baby. Spokesperson for the Guinness Book of World Records confirmed that neither Kiplagat or Sa de Mejo has ever held the record for the oldest living person or the oldest living man. Good boy, Regis. Social media users kicked off the new year sending birthday wishes to a man as he purportedly marked his 146th birthday. Many of the posts featured a collage of photos of a slim elderly man in a blue shirt, dark shorts, as well as a birthday cake topped with the numeric candles forming 146. The oldest man, born in 1876, he celebrated 146 years on Earth a few days ago. Meet Mackenzie John Kiplagat, wrote the one user on Instagram. Happy birthday, Mizzy, wrote a Facebook user in a post that included the photos that has been liked and shared more than 116,000 times. However, the photos are not of him, but rather of Sadi Mejo, a photographer from Jakarta who snapped the shots. Hunsney confirmed in an email to the Associated Press on Thursday that he took the images on December 31st, 2016, when Soda Mejo, who also went by the nickname Maba Gato, or Grandpa Gato, marked what his family claimed was his 146th birthday. At the time, a number of international news outlets reported on the celebration held in Sadi Mejo's hometown in the Indonesian province of Central Java, with many using Husney's photos. Okay, well, you can read more, and the article continues. The article is one of those windbag articles where it just keeps going and going, repeating the same thing in different formats, giving you the same bit of information, just worded differently, so that way they can have all the ads on their article, and that way they can make the money. Because that's really what online news article reading is all about. The online ads that support these newspaper companies riddle the online articles with ads. And now these newspapers have to word the article in a way that it's long enough to get you to look at all these ads while you're reading the article you're trying to read, so that way the people who sponsor the ads pay the newspaper company, and that's how the newspaper makes their revenue now. And that's why you now have to pay to have an online subscription or a subscription to a newspaper to read an online article. Have you ever tried to read a newspaper article? An actual newspaper article, not a news app like mine? And even then, this news app is filled and ridiculed and riddled with ads, because that's how this news app makes its money. Whew. I think I'm probably going to end that news segment. So no more news stories for now, because we're almost back and just waiting to see how today goes. I'll maybe post a short updated video of whether or not he gets rehomed, because if this guy Kevin says no, then I'll probably just keep him. But there's gonna have to be some serious changes made. I can't have, and all the kitten did last night was curl up next to him to go to sleep with him. That was it. That was the only thing that this kitten did to him. Kitten didn't hurt him, kitten did nothing. Kitten laid up next to him to go to sleep, and he grabs the kitten and violently shakes. I've even had to adapt feeding him by feeding him inside his crate with the door shut, so that way no curious kittens go to see what he's doing and he attacks, because that was the first 2 times. I thought it was just a food garden thing. I've learned to keep the kittens away from him while he eats, but this attack before bed just has me floored. Oh yeah, I did weigh him. He's 16.8, so he's back to losing, and he's almost at his ideal weight, which might be the reason for his agitation and aggression. Maybe he feels like the cats lead a better life than him, not understanding what a diet is. These cats pretty much free range, free eat in front of him. Whenever they want, whatever they want, he gets restricted. Alright, I know I'm humanizing his behaviors here, but I'm just trying to logically understand why he would just attack a kitten just for trying to sleep next to him. This could be the last episode for Walk with Regis. I'll let you know in another video. Share if you guys want to, subscribe if you want to, and let me know in the comments below what you think I should do. Should I rehome him, or should I don't know, take him to a dog trainer or something? Alright, talk to you later. Regis, speak. Regis, speak.